Hello everyone. Today I am talking about a subject that I absolutely love, and it is about mastering your mind. Before I do that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Lynn Schrader, and I empower men and women to step outside of their comfort zone. We all have comfort zones, and begin living a life that they could have never imagined. I love to ignite a passion and a fire in people who are ready for a change and ready for more. So this topic of mastering your mind, why do I love it so much? Well, because for years I struggled with disempowering beliefs, negative beliefs about myself. And I think it's super important that you and I live out our life with deliberate thinking. Truthful thinking, first of all. So this mastering our mind, first of all, I have to tell you that in reality, we're never gonna really master our mind. It's going to be an ongoing process. It is not an event. It's really a process. But as you learn to master your mind, it will become easier and easier and easier to recognize the untruths that are going on between your ears. So let's talk about mastering your mind. If you can master your mind, you will have you will be able to live this life that goes from just sort of a bleakness into greatness. And contrary, if you don't master your mind, you're going to constantly be living in a settling mode. So let's talk about living a great life and how you can do that. So first of all, in our mind, there are two modes of thinking. Now, I have to tell you that this is all scientific. I am not an expert in science about this, but I am a certified health, life, and business coach, and I've studied this extensively, and I've put it to practice in my own coaching practice and my direct marketing business. So there are two programs that we have inside of our head, two modes, two filters, if you will. Our brain filters thoughts all the time. And usually those thoughts come from things that have happened in our past, maybe things that happened a long time ago in our past, or things that are just recently. And we start to filter things through our brain, and many times we grab onto them like they are the gospel truth. We have a filter that automatically thinks this must be true. And then what happens as events play out in our life and they line up with what you already believe about yourself, they start to be confirmed. For instance, and we call that confirmation bias. You start to live your life ready for it to confirm the things that you already thought about yourself. Here's a loose example. Let's say that you have always believed that you will not be successful. Remember, I've done a video on what does successful mean. You've always felt, I'm not going to be successful. I'm not measuring up to other people. And you recently find out that you did not get the promotion that was up at work. You didn't get the promotion. Well, you automatically assume that, well, of course I didn't get that promotion, because it just confirms that I'm not successful, that I'm a quitter, that I don't measure up. So our brain starts to confirm all these things happening in our life as it's the gospel truth, because it lines up with my thinking anyway. So there's two modalities in our brain, and one of them is this default side of our brain, and the other one is the deliberate side of our brain, the side of our brain that we really have to redirect into truth. So here are examples, really simple examples of autopilot, default thinking. When you wake up in the morning, if you're like me, you brush your teeth first, and you just go and you shuffle into the bathroom, you open the drawer, you grab your toothpaste, you put it on your brush and you start brushing. You don't even think about what you're doing. You're doing it as a default. You're doing it on autopilot. Maybe you're like me, and the second thing you do in the morning is you shuffle off to the coffee pot and you make yourself some coffee. You don't even think about it, but your brain and your actions just do it because you've done it so many times before. That's autopilot. The other day, freezing outside, I grabbed my gloves, I put one on, and then I proceeded to have a conversation with somebody, and at the end I said, I cannot find my glove. And it was on my hand the whole time, and the other one was in my hand. I had done it as a default. I did things on autopilot. Well, we do that in our brain with our thinking. We have negative thoughts on autopilot. I'm a loser. I'm too old. I quit all the time. I don't have confidence. I'm always afraid. I'm not a good friend. We have these default thinkings from things that have happened in our past, and we hold on to them and we just default to them. I'm a quitter. I'm a quitter. But you and I, friend, we have to be deliberate with our thinking. If we want to be ushered into greatness, which we should, which you can, which you were made to be, then we've got to have deliberate thinking on our side. We have to get down deep and dirty and uncomfortable and think about why we're thinking about those things. What in the world made me start thinking that I'm a loser? What in the world made me start thinking that I'm a quitter? Who told me that? Why did I believe that? Get down, get dirty, get down to the nitty-gritty, get uncomfortable, and ask yourself those questions. Ask yourself, what do I believe about myself? And write it down. Write them down, and you may have a long list. And then this is the hard part, maybe not so hard part, but what you do then is you ask yourself 3 questions. What does that belief, what did that belief, I'm a quitter, I'm a nobody, I don't measure up, what did that belief cost me in the past? Did it cost you relationships? Did it cost you experiences? Did it cost you jobs that you never applied for? Did it cost you what? What did it cost you? Because I promise you, it cost you something. Second question, what is that belief costing me now? What is it costing me now? Well, I'm still stuck where I am now because I believe that I will never succeed. So I haven't applied for that job. I haven't joined that gym. I haven't joined that company. I haven't done this. What's it costing you now? And then after you're really sad and angry about what it cost you in the past, what it's costing you now, get ready to get even angrier, because then you ask yourself, what does that belief, that negative belief, what's it going to cost me tomorrow and the next day and the next day? What is it going to cost me if I don't master my mind? What's it going to cost me? And then get PO'd about it. Do you want to stay stagnant? Do you want to be always safe and never experiencing things? Do you want to be holding yourself back while everybody else goes forward? Are you willing to do that? Is it okay if it costs you that? It's not okay if it costs me that, and I believe that you were made for greatness, so it shouldn't cost you that either. So then, after you've done that experiment, you can say, okay, I'm going to think, instead of thinking A, from here on out, I'm going to set my deliberate thinking mode to I'm going to think B. Instead of thinking A, I'm going to think B. Instead of thinking this, I'm going to think that. And as you do it over and over and over and over, instead, this good thinking becomes your autopilot. It becomes your default thinking. It becomes the path to greatness. Why do I know this? because I've experienced it. I have lived this out. I still live it out sometimes, but I can say that I am so close to mastering it, and every day I have to reset my thinking and decide to think life instead of death. So if you got any value out of this, if you think this would help somebody in your field of expertise, I know it's going to help many people in my field, so I'm going to share it with them. If you think you know somebody, then tag them in the comment section below or share this video. Then I have a message to all you ladies out there. Hey ladies, I have a private Facebook group for people who are ready to master their mind, who are ready to become more confident, to live out their purpose, to live out the truth that they have nothing to prove to no one. If you want to join that group, I'm going to put the link in the comment section below. Please, there's no strings attached. It's just a great group where we edify each other, and sometimes I hop on live and do trainings just like this. So thank you so much for watching. If you got some value, share, tag, and let me know where you're watching this from. Let me know if you're watching live, replay, and what city that you are watching this from. Thanks so much. Have a great day.